Right, welcome back to the second part and the last part of the show. Just in case you're joining us, remember we are having quite a discussion here that pertains to character and discipline. If you are a youth out there or you're a parent out there, you'll agree with me, there is quite a situation around our character and discipline. So much is happening. We'll hear people saying that there is quite moral decay in terms of character, and of course when you walk into our schools you'll find so much increase in discipline cases. And of course we want to now take time and discuss what exactly is discipline, how can we instill discipline within our students, particularly those of who face a bit of problems in trying to make sure that they have the discipline that they supposed to have, and how can they accord discipline out there. Because if you walk around also, you'll hear them speaking about speaking words that are not quite good to the society, and you'll hear people saying that if you go to this in this school, there's quite a lot in terms of indiscipline cases, and how can we change that as a society? That is what we are discussing here now together with my guest, that is Mr. George Otieno Kogallo, who understands much when we are talking about character, youth and discipline, simply because he has mingled and talked to a bit of youths in our locality, particularly in Changamwe sub-county. Welcome back, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Now, let's handle what discipline is in a bit here before we end the show. And you were mentioning to me that character and discipline are two different things.
Yes.
Let's go now.
Yes. I think when I'd already mentioned the character, now the discipline part of this, the discipline is perfecting the moral values to an individual. Perfecting it, whereby people need also to be trained. For one to be a disciplinarian, you must have undergone some kind of training and some kind of knowledge. It's not easy to be gained.
What do you mean?
Want somebody to be disciplined.
Do you want to tell me all our deputy principals in our high schools have undergone discipline?
For you to gain the discipline is not easy. For example, for a student, even to be written, even a report from that is a disciplined one. You must be waking up early enough to be reporting time in time in school. And you must be attending to the classes as per the instruction. So discipline, it all enjoins also in meeting the code of ethics. Okay. Towards attaining a particular goal. For you to be a disciplinarian, to be a disciplined person, something has been perfected into your life. That makes you to be disciplined. And somebody who is disciplined is totally different from someone who does not have what is called the discipline, technical know-how. So in the other line, discipline, you have the technical know-how on how to conduct the moral values. Unlike the other one who does not have that technical know-how. That's why you see somebody being said, this one does not have discipline. He was not taught. He was not trained. It involves some kind of training. Right. Yes.
I know you've gone through, or rather you've visited a couple of schools.
Yes.
Around our locality here.
Yeah.
How do you rate our discipline, the discipline of our students?
It's not good to name names.
True, yeah.
But I'll just give you from my statistics, from my data collection. Because when you go to some kind of the schools, some schools, you have been given the students, now you can discharge your duties to them. But you'll find that some will be heckling. Some will be, in fact, some students goes even their phone. And tell them, first of all, if you've got a phone, switch off the phone. And you'll also tell them sometimes even keep quiet. They will not. But to some situation when you go, my brother, people are very much attentive and they'll even listen to you. That's why when I go to schools, I say, I do give them the motivation speak when it comes to preparation for the exam. A well-prepared student can get A plain. But if not prepared, he can get B plus or other down the line. For you to get prepared, you must be disciplined enough to be trained on that line of duty so that you get to know the point. We are talking about the behavioral change now, which is connected with the discipline. Some schools, if you go, they will listen to you, they'll even take your contact, they will even call you. Because actually what you try to inject into their mind has got some values
and sense in it. Right.
But some other people, like they were forced to go to school. even if the teacher is teaching there, right, they are busy doing their own thing. They are thinking their own things. And those people, we have them in a society, in a community. Me, I deal with the youth. Sometimes I was called here. I deal with all the youths who are doing the cleaning within the environment as their counselor. They were so much shocked. I said, this is what you carry. Sometimes when you're in a community, people does not know what you carry until you get tested. Like now you are testing me. I know I'm going to get the market through you.
Right.
Because they did not know, they see you, but I'm a vision bearer. I carry so many things that can even help people. And there are people, okay, we are back, I'll say that one was the end of it. We are talking about the discipline in schools.
Right.
I can rate them. There are people who will attend to you, Leslie, until the end of your lesson. There are people who will not. And there are some who will understand. Not all. Some characters, you must have such kind of bad characters. Very true.
So
those things are there. Some people are not even forgetting. Even putting on the dress, there is no discipline in the socks. You find that hapa juu ndio kuna socks na hapa chini hakuna socks. Simply because anavaa kwa sababu mwalimu ataangalia kama you are in the right uniform. So in the right uniform, you see. Me, I told I was that boy and I faced very many challenges. In fact, I challenged my people, even in the classroom. Because I would write your name there, and definitely when it comes to the exams, I will beat you. I really worked hard. That's why I thank God for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Who exactly is to be blamed for all this stuff about indiscipline in our schools?
Indiscipline, where does the student comes from? This one, when he goes to school, is upon now the school and the teachers also to handle a bit of it. That's why we used to have caning. And this caning issue was abolished. Because why some teachers were misappropriating it to the extent that caning a child until the child dies. That's what brought very many problems in this our county. And it was not allowed again. Teachers also need that kind of counseling. Some children cannot even listen to their teachers, even right from home. They were told, you go to school. Like now, children are being forced to go to school. If you don't go to school, chief anasumbuliwa sana. And huyu mtu ni mtu amezoea nje. So it's not easy. Na ni hapa inatakana parental huku from home where the kids come from and also in school. Teachers, when during the time of corona, wazazi walijua kama walimu wako na kazi. Ndio walijua. But initially they never used to know that teachers also have got a backlog of duties when it comes to the character and the behavioral change to there. Until they saw it at home. They cried and these people could even say, watoto warudi shule.
Very true. Right. And when you're telling me like discipline also should start from home, parents will argue and say that most of the time of their kids is spent at school level there, during the time at which they go to school. So matters about discipline should be handled largely by the teachers and so on. So if once again a teacher calls me back to school and tells me your daughter or son is in discipline, I wonder what do you want me to do, and he spends most of the time in school.
Right. This one is a correlationship. I told you in any relationship, there must be a communication. And my true definition for this communication is it is a lubrication oil in any relationship. So for there not to exist the friction, there is communication. Parents should communicate with this boy, and even the teacher should also communicate. Before even you send this boy, for a teacher even to send a kid home, he must have been warned several times in that particular behavior, that particular issue. But he never changed. That's why I told you, having a family set up, get together in a table, on one particular, even weekly or fortnightly, you advise one another, you pray together, you find who is weak. You do in a SWOT analysis about even your family, you can even do it. Right. Knowing the strength, the opportunities of your family. It's very much vital into when it comes to this industry of indiscipline. Because most of the things in school, it happens in school, and on the way, when the child is from home to school, we don't know what happens in between
there. Right.
That peer comes in. Like they leave, mzazi anajua mtoto ameenda shule, na mtoto anaendaka kwingine. Later on, mwalimu ndo anapiga simu, sio atuoni nani shuleni, what's wrong?
Right.
You are getting shocked. Because you don't even take your time even to ask your kid, ulisoma nini leo shuleni? Leo umefundishwa na mwalimu yupi? Watoto wengine hata hawajui hata the headmaster's name. Why? Because the concentration is not there. Based on, wewe ni mzazi, uliza mtoto, leo umesomeshwa nini? Do you have any other issue that we need to discuss? It's just a matter of managing your family affairs. Yes.
Right. And when you walk around here, you'll hear students, once they come out from school and walk to, on their way home, You find them shouting hecklessly, speaking words that do not even, when you want to hear them, you will be forced to kuziba masikio, you know? I know you know the kind of words they use.
Yeah.
What comes into your mind, you as a parent and a person who advocates so seriously about matters of character and what have you?
How he was brought up and the environment under which they live. Even these youth, they go under some frustrations. That makes them sometimes even to misbehave. Because they sometimes they shout very big words that should not even go to the eyes of even the parents. But you just hear because you have got the ears and you look down and you proceed on your
And assume you didn't hear.
Yeah, you assume that you don't. Most of the things we assume. You assume.
Right.
But this person, from school is from the teachers. Now he's going home to the parents. And the community comes in between. Like George O. Kogallo, coming in, trying to put this on board so that we can be talking and advising them one another. If you talk to 50, even 20, 30 will hear you. And this change will come gradually. It will not come very fast. And first of all, they have to have what's the good attitude, perception of how we are.
Right. Is discipline, can indiscipline, an indisciplined kid or student become disciplined?
It's very much true. This change. When I told you there's something that I say is people have dreams. For you to get transformed, dream plus the will to act is equal to transformation.
Right.
So if at all you want to transform yourself, to change from indiscipline to discipline, do you have the will to act? There is an action in between that will lead to that change. And it is gradually.
Right.
So I'm very much, it's very much true and authentic that people can change. Even others, even sometimes other people whom you see leaders, they never used to be the way they are, but they changed. So change is there. There's nothing that is difficult. It's through listening to the instructions, to the code of ethics, the code of the conduct.
Right.
Then you shall succeed, and following the virtues, respect, discipline, love, unity, peace.
Very true. Right. We have qualities that at least can make somebody to want to change, specifically those who are instilling discipline. It talks about the issue of strictness and leniency. You'll find people saying that if you want to instill discipline on somebody, don't be lenient enough. Is it true?
To some level, because lenience sometimes for the current situation where we are, and I'm coming back to you about, there's too much of suicidal issues here.
Right.
Simply because of too much of strictness with the parents. Because the youth that we're having today, the youth, they tend to think more fast than internet. Before, when you are talking to him, definitely he'll answer you even before understanding what you are telling him. You see?
Right.
They tend to think very fast. So these people, we need to come and see how we can sort their issues out amicably to their understanding to ensure that we change their level. Because discipline and career, all these ones are combined together towards your success. Why do you go to school? So that you can determine the moral values and the immoral values so that you can also be successful in your life.
Right.
So it's an obvious lenient. If you're being lenient enough, as I told you, watoto wengine wanasema ni watoto wa mama. Mama huwa ashughulikie watoto wameachwa tu, wanafanya tu kile wana. And that's lenience. Don't be that lenient away that mtoto unapeleka atakuja ndio umeona baadaye they find themselves in the community now, the police issues and also the prisons and what have you.
Right.
Because of too much of lenience, mtoto anafanya kitu lakini you don't even act as a parent, you are just there. That's not. Do you know that you can also be penalized, be prisoned because you didn't take care of your kid? It's very much normal.
Right.
I've seen a story, I've witnessed in a court of law where mama amewacha mtoto anatembea, ajui mtoto anatembeaga, wa mtoto akafanyiwa alikuwa mtoto akawa sodomized. When she was taken to the court of law, anasema yeye alikuwa anatafuta kazi, alikuwa anatafuta chakula ili mtoto atakula. Aliambiwa prison 200,000. Do you want to tell me that parent was disciplined? Lack of discipline of the parent.
Right.
Because to answer the judge in that manner,
in itself is indiscipline.
It is indiscipline.
Right.
If we're indisciplined to that judge, what of you in this kid? Definitely you can wage and you can gauge the family.
Right.
Yeah.
So where the kid comes from and the kind of way he or she was brought up matters a lot in the discipline aspect.
A lot. As the child grows under the care of the mom, that's why the law gives the mother time to be with the child even for up to 18 years. Is when even they can decide where to go. Right. Why? Because that's a period for the child to get to. So the person who knows most of the things, ni your mom. She knows most of the things, how you are born, how you are carried, your behaviors. Even someone
and even can even tell you who is your father. Maybe
Yeah,
you thinking so and so is my father, but it will sense.
But definitely, it's the mother who knows the father of the child.
Right.
It's an obviously. Yeah.
Right. Now, this age bracket between, let's say, the adolescent stage here and the teens of ours that we have is a period at which we find most indiscipline cases, particularly, and it's a time at which it's good for the shaping of character and discipline here. Now, if you were to advise the parents who are watching us, who have kids who are lie in that age bracket, what would you advise?
My advice to the parents is very simple. We let us have humanity when also dealing with this and know where you want to shape, you are shaping your child to move. Advise these children. Even you as a parent, you pass that stage. This is thing. In fact, when you are in Form 2, you do that biology the first time. It's only when you are now studying your reproduction system.
Right.
That especially that biology Form 2, that's where you find that most of the people even drop out, so they get pregnant, they do so many things. That age.
Right.
It's a very harsh one. That's the time now parents should be more extraordinarily careful to ensure that the child, the boy or the girl is well taken care of and under his or her own supervision, so that they can achieve their dreams later on. Is now the risky part. So the parents, talk to your children. The church members, church leaders, when you are preaching also, even in a church, we need to have even the counselors in the church, even in the mosque. Wherever we go, because the social setups where people get haywire, where get affected, is the social media, the church, peer group, the university, and colleges. Those are the dangerous areas where we need also to make a proper check on the movement of these our children, for the better development. That's why, and the youth of today, these are the future, the arrows of the economy of tomorrow. So if you're told we don't take care of them, actually, where do we land? And yet we are crying every time the economy is low.
Right. I don't know which verse is it, but it talks about we spare the rod, spoil the child, something like that. Do you feel like we are so much sparing the rod here?
Most of the families have really spared the rod, and they have really spoiled the child. And the child has been, as a headache to the family, because someone has got almost the wealth, he's been a rich home, but there's only one person really much disturbing. Mtoto wa mama anasumbua sana na kila kitu kiko, everything is in that house, but is really disturbing. The road was spared, yeah. Mtoto mwenye umezaa atakushinda vipi?
Kuna karakta za babake ama mamake na babu yake.
The current situation whereby this technology came in, that's where we started even having problems. Maintain the discipline, be focused as a parent, and know this is your boy, this is your girl. And you are toiling and moiling to educate her, how to educate him. You are the one who carries, you are the vision bearer of this family. You are the one who carries you have what it takes to this family. Act as a man, act as a woman. Be strict to them and let them follow the line that is needed. Let them toe the line to the land so that they can yield the fruit. Let us not later, when at our old age, is when we don't have people who can help us and yet we failed. Let us not fail our children. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Let us be strict.
Do you think it's that easy yet to tell a lie?
It is easy based on the background, inception from the time. It's not easy wakati sasa umekuja tu katikati. I told you I started from the root of the problem. From the time from the womb, the umbilical cord. When the umbilical cord was cut, the child is now exposed to another environment. And they cry because the environment is not conducive. There's no warmth. There's no warmth. After there is too much of problems outside here. So they have to feel it. You see? So that is the time now, until the time mama will be with you, until he pushes you, that's an end.
Okay.
So who has got the time with you? The parent, the mom, there. See, hata mababa wao wako shughuli.
Very true.
And I give congratulations to the single mothers. They are really trying. They are really trying, according to the people I've seen.
Right. And as we wrap up there, Mr. Kogallo, there are students who are watching us. Perhaps their parents are watching at home. And to some extent, maybe somebody is being indisciplined in one way or another, and he does not feel, or she does not feel and know the ripple effects of that indiscipline on his life or her life. What can you tell them?
There is called, what's called, the best definition is, I told you, the root cause of the problem. You have to go to the table, round table, and tend to get the effects. Let this guy tell you the story. Before you even go to the doctor, even another hospital, he'll ask you the story, the past stories.
Right.
Get that from past stories. Then from there, guide and see. Is when the doctor will know what kind of disease is treating. But you cannot just pop in and start treating, and yet you have not even been told. It is very much impossible.
Right.
Even when you come to me, first of all, give me a little bit of your background. Because even for me to start talking today, you wanted to a little bit of my background, and I gave you. Why not the person I want to counsel? From there, I'm going to tap some issues, because I'm the vision bearer of that line. So I'm going to tap issues that which I will join to help you. So I would wish them, these people, if they are having such kind of problems, come, we talk. Okay. There's nothing that we can, come, we talk. Call me, 0721982244. Call me, I'm just within Migadin. I will come voluntarily. I believe in volunteering. From volunteering, you shall move. We don't need to pay, because most of the people, when talk of service, they ask you how much. Like when they go to my inbox, how much? You talk about teaching the business people, they ask you how much. I can sometimes, my heart, if I volunteer to do COVID-19 sensitization, the whole of Changamwe, the whole of Mombasa, I did it with all my tools, waking up in the morning and going all around trying to tell people of the importance, because people have died. I know this thing is very much real, and people does not want to listen. Come, let us talk about it. Even to schools, I want to go to even to schools so that I can change these lives. Yeah, if given the opportunity.
Right. There are so many people also watching you who do not care about shaping up our community in one way or another, helping out, volunteering on very different issues. Why is it even important to volunteer and helping the community?
First of all, to volunteer is not easy, because many people, they want to be paid. Volunteer, you must have Christianity in you. Mimi, God saved me from very many turmoils. I've really passed several situations. In fact, I'm someone, the life that I'm living today is a God's bonus. You will get to know one day. One day you call me, I tell you the history. It's a bonus that God gave you. When Isaiah 38, you'll read it and you see the bonus that God gave Ezekiel. It's the bonus that I'm living, whatever that I'm. So you must have the humanity. I can do it. It's not easy. It's a Christian way of life. Give and it shall be given. Luke 6:30. Give and it shall be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken, and running over. Good measure. The good measure that I give to those people as I volunteer is the good measure that will be brought to me. So push, give that good measure, change, because the people are seeing what you are doing. God is seeing what you are doing, and everything is God who is going to give you, because Jeremiah 32:27 says, I'm the creator of all the flesh. What is it too hard for me? Nothing is impossible before him. So if at all there is volunteer, take me, I go, I do it. The knowledge that I have, I don't want to be buried with it here. I want to leave it helping other people. So don't because of the money, no. We are here to help one another. Because one day I'm a parent. One day you will help my child. Even your child will help my child. Based on what I did, what I did to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Quite some bit of thought there, and quite some bit of wisdom out from my guest, that is Mr. George Otieno Kogallo, like he normally identifies himself. Quite some bit of insight. Thank you so much for coming. We do appreciate whatever you do, and we do believe out there that somebody has understood and taken up some bit of notes concerning how they can shape the character and discipline of their kid or student, whichever the case. And on that note, I would like to wrap the show in style. Thank you so much for your time as well. Those who had to sit down and watch us, we do not take that for granted. Also, I'd like to extend my sincere gratitude to the other side of Studio B, that is Madam Zuve, for having directed the show, starting from its inception at 7 a.m. and now it's some bit over 10-11 minutes to go to 9 a.m. And also thanks so much to the entire technical team, assisted and led by Mr. Sami Lubanga and Mr. Joseph Kwach here with the other ladies, or camera lady for today. That was Madam Valentina. Sorry, not Violet. Let's do this again tomorrow, same time, same place. Have yourself a nice day. My name is Otieno Kogallo. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.